Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we check out another indie game. This time we're looking at Lake. This game was developed by Gamious and is published by Whitehorn Games. Now, this is a follow-on from my previous video where I checked out the other entry in the series, Lake Season's Greetings. Lake once again returns us to the town of Providence Oaks, and it follows the Weiss family once more, this time focusing on the daughter Meredith. She has returned home, with a lot of baggage and a responsibility as the local mailman. Now, I usually don't play these games. Visual novels and slow games are generally not a favourite of mine, but this series has seriously grown on me, and you guys have enjoyed it too. So, we're going to check out the first part of the campaign, and I'm going to let you know what my thoughts are. Let's have a look at Lake.
Hello?
Meredith, Steve. Hope I didn't wake you up. I just came home and was wondering if everything worked out all right.
Hi, Steve. Yes, we made the deadline.
Ah, that's awesome. I feel so bad you couldn't make it.
Hope you guys had a nice Labor Day party.
Oh, yes. I mean, the band was great, and Mike fell in the pool. Oh, and then Roy got really sick. No, wait, Brian. And then he fell in the pool, too. No, Roy. Wait. Well, I'll tell you all about it at work tomorrow well, afternoon.
I won't be there for 2 weeks, remember?
Oh, wait, yeah, but, do you really have to? 2 weeks is a lifetime.
Yeah, Steve, I really have to. But I will continue testing for Addit.
Oh, okay, right, awesome.
I better get some sleep now. My plane leaves early in the morning.
Okay, Meredith, have a wonderful flight. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much for picking me up, Mr. Coleman.
Mr. Coleman? Please, just call me Frank. We're colleagues now, after all.
Well, okay, Frank. Thanks so much for making time for me on Labor Day.
No problem, Meredith. Postal workers always have each other's back. Your dad helped me dozens of times whenever I was in a bit of a pickle.
Well, I hope I can fill his shoes. He hardly ever missed a day.
I'm sure you'll do great. You know what? While we're en route, why don't we deliver some mail in our beautiful little lake town?
And show me the ropes? Sure.
All right then, get ready to roll.
This lake, it's always more beautiful than I remember it.
I don't think I'll ever get tired of driving around it. And there's our first stop.
Okay, sir, what's the plan?
Delivering mail is like a walk in the park, with mailboxes. Take this bag, walk to the mailbox, and insert the mail.
So we begin the game in our first day as a mailman, or a mailwoman in this case, learning the ropes and filling in for our dear old dad who's on vacation. Meredith is a very intelligent woman, but she's under a lot of stress, and hopefully this little sabbatical will give her a little bit of relaxation and time to rethink our future.
Nothing too difficult. right?
I think I should be able to face the challenge.
Ha, I bet. Didn't you go to MIT?
Yeah. I left here from Massachusetts 22 years ago.
Shouldn't you get a job in computers then? That's really booming right now.
Well, actually,
Hold that thought. We just arrived at our next address. It's a package this time, so you'll have to get it out of the back.
So yeah, we have a pretty stressful life, and even though we appear to have it all, sometimes things aren't as they seem, and a little bit of rest and relaxation will change our perspective.
all right. I'll leave it on the doorstep.
Now you can tell this game was set in the 80s, because nowadays you leave a package on someone's doorstep and it's gone in like 30 seconds.
You're getting the hang of it. So, where were we? Computers. Should I buy one?
Well, it depends on what you want to use it for.
Bookkeeping. I always make a mess of my tax returns. Can't a computer do that for me?
Sure, there are programs for that, but you'll still have to put in some work yourself.
I was afraid you were going to say that. I'll bug you about it another time. Our next address is right around the corner.
There's no place like home.
Sure isn't. Can't wait to get home either. The Mets are playing the Giants.
Oh, before I get out, what time do I start tomorrow?
7 a.m. sharp. Just check in at the post office.
Okay, Frank. See you tomorrow.
Adios.
So we're finally home, minding our house while our parents are out living it up. And as someone who's lived in the big city for quite a few years, there's something to be said for a break in a quiet country town.
Hi, Meredith. I just wanted to let you know that Dad and I landed safely. The Florida weather is all they said it would be. I'll call again soon. Oh, one more thing. The freezer's stuffed with food, and there's blueberry pie in the fridge. Bye.
Meredith, it's Steve. I didn't get the chance to say it earlier, but thanks so much for being a trooper. I know you had other plans for Labor Day weekend, but nailing the deadline for Added 87 could very well be the most important milestone in our company's history. Enjoy your well-deserved time off. Don't get too used to it. Just kidding. Or am I? I'll talk to you later.
Good morning, Meredith. Ready for your first day?
So again, like the first game, it is often better to have a nice relationship with each of the town members.
Good morning, Frank. Ready to rock.
It's a great day to be on the road. I already filled up the mailbag in the truck, so you're good to go. Oh, I forgot to tell you. There's a map in the cabin, in case you get lost.
We are going to need that after 20 years of being away.
Thanks, I'll probably need that.
Bon voyage!
So off we go on our very first day on the job. Heading around Providence Oaks, and our first stop is one of my favourite characters. An absolute ray of sunshine.
That's lighter than I thought.
Our good friend Nancy.
Can I help you?
Hello, here's today's mail.
New in town. Your face looks familiar.
Well, I grew up here and then left for college 22 years ago.
22 years ago, back when they called me Nancy Sinatra instead of Nancy Reagan. So now you're back, huh? I know what it's like.
Yeah, I'll bite. I'm curious.
You do?
It's best not to feel bad about it. Only a few people ever really make it. I wonder if it's gonna rain today. It's been raining a lot lately.
So yeah, Nancy's always the center of every conversation with her profound outlook on life. Ray of sunshine, as I said. There's always that one person that's down on everything in life, and as a natural pessimist, you know it's bad when I'm saying that maybe you need to lighten up a bit.
This is the old Sugarman place, but the envelope says McGill. Must have moved away.
So got a couple more
Actually enjoying this.
packages to deliver. And I'm finally, after my first outing in Providence Oaks, am remembering to drive on the correct side of the road. So there will be no vehicular carnage this time. We're headed to the local diner next and to meet one of our other old friends.
And there's Stan's Diner. Wait, it's called Moe's Diner now?
How's that for a parking job? Perfect.
What on earth did these folks order?
So the diner is our next stop.
Meredith Weiss? As I live and breathe. Come here, hon. Now, let me look at you. My, oh my. A few lines here and there, and the occasional gray hair. But by gosh, it's you, all right?
Moren is one of my favourite characters. She's always got something funny to say, and she's generally pretty friendly. Most of the characters in this game are kind of likeable, and I think that's part of the appeal of the game for me.
Wow! Maureen! Long time no see. I feel so old.
Oh, don't be like that now. It suits you. Age only makes a person more distinguished, is what I always say. To the mirror. Now come here. Tell me everything.
You know, it's really hard to find good friends, so I'm going to take the time to build this relationship back.
Okay, one quick drink then.
I know you're busy, hon. Little Bird told me all about your temporary mail job already. News goes around pretty quickly around here. So, coffee? Something stronger? I warn you, I will not take no for an answer.
Yeah, so she's obviously known Maureen from when she was a little kid.
It's like I'm 17 again, Maureen.
In that case, you're welcome, honey. 2 coffee, coming right up. And 1 piece of blueberry pie, if I remember correctly. You had one almost every afternoon after school at one point.
Only a heathen would say no to a good piece of pie. So we're going to smash one down.
Oh, you know me too well, Maureen.
Always have, always will. Ashley, 1 blueberry pie. And Ashley, could you keep an eye on the bar for me for a bit? I'm gonna take my break now. You're a real trooper. Ashley? Oh, sweet Mary, what are you doing? Is everything okay, hon? Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that's about the average result every time I get in the kitchen. So we'll see how this plays out.
Maybe you should check that out.
Seriously? First the roof and now this? Ugh, that poor kid is like a disaster magnet. I'm sorry, Meredith. Looks like I've got my hands full for a bit. Next time, I want to hear everything, you hear? Don't be a stranger now.
So hopefully the next time we visit this place won't be a smoking crater. Looks like Maureen's got her work cut out for her, trying to keep the kitchen from exploding, so we're going to get back onto the road. We've got a few more packages to deliver. And the postal service waits for no man or woman, so off we go again. So while we're on our way, there are a couple of bugs in the game, the main one being the texture issues. You may have seen that in the opening cinematic, where the screen was flashing white and textures would occasionally disappear. The other issue is minor camera bugs, such as the camera locking behind the truck, which I did point out in the other game, Season's Greetings. It's a bit of an annoyance, something I wish they would fix, but a lot of these are minor problems, nothing that would detract from the overall experience of the game. I mean, graphically, this game isn't as pretty as you will find other similar games, but really it's a very minor thing. A lot of the issues with this game are small minor issues, and certainly not ones which would prevent me from recommending it. Back on the road, we've got 2 packages left to deliver. And here we have the local cat lady. You know that one person in every single town that has like 1,000 cats?
Well, hello there, big cuddly guy.
Oh, look, Genevieve, a new mailman. Hello there. What's your name, then?
You can see that 1,000-yard stare in her eyes. I'm guessing I've either got a teddy bear or a box of cask wine.
Hi, Miss Jenkins, right? I'm Meredith. Meredith Weiss?
Weiss, of course. You're Emily's girl, aren't you? This is Meryl Weiss, Genevieve. She used to live in town years and years ago.
22 years is a very long time. So she'd probably be in her late 30s, early 40s now.
22 years to be exact, but who's counting?
Has it been that long? That's almost 2 Genevieves ago. Calm down, Genevieve. You're going to live forever. She isn't, but shh. You do remember me, don't you?
Yes, I'll give a nice answer.
How could I forget Miss Mildred Jenkins? And her cats, of course. Seems like they've multiplied.
Yes, I do like cats. Is that such a crime? So what if I have slightly more of them than I used to? Like Genevieve here, and Thomas, and Oliver. Anyway, did you have a package for me then?
I think this is more than a few cats. You've got more cats than a local pet store, so you might have a problem.
Yes, here you go.
Ah, thank you, dear. Looks like another gift from my son. Still doing everything to get into my good graces, except actually drop by.
I mean, to be fair, he probably didn't make it past all the cats. I'd probably check your front yard for a skeleton.
I'm sure he means well. He's probably just busy.
That's what he says. That's probably what you say to poor Emily, too. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. Run along, dear. Give Emily my best.
Goodbye, Miss Jenkins. Genevieve.
Okay, back away very slowly. In case you haven't guessed, I'm more of a dog person than a cat person.
In a few days, I won't even need that map.
So next we have one of my favourite characters, the local town mechanic. Who keeps the mail van in peak condition.
Hi there. I've got some mail for this address.
You're not Frank.
Luckily, I don't think a mustache would suit me.
Haha, real funny. But that doesn't explain why Frank gave you the keys for the goose.
The goose?
Yes, your white and wobbly van, duh. I'm Lori, I'm Providence Oaks' mechanic. And I'm the one who keeps the goose running.
So she dubbed the van the Goose in the last game, and the name stuck.
Well, Thomas is my father. Does that count?
Thomas! Yes, that surely counts. My father has been teaching me since the day I was born. There is no one better in PO than me. And I have to get back to work now. But I suppose you may drive the goose. On one condition. If there's ever anything wrong with it, you bring it back to me, yes?
I mean, you're the only mechanic in town, so I don't have much of a choice.
All right, I promise.
Good! Perfect. Did Frank tell you about the radio?
No?
It currently only receives the local station. Plus, sometimes it cuts out altogether. If that happens, just give it a big old bang on the dashboard and that should fix it right up. I'm working on it, I promise.
Okay. Thanks, Lori.
No problem, Miss W.
So yeah, I do like Lori, if nothing else, for her excellent taste in muscle cars. You Americans, you know your car's chef's kiss. That's a thing of beauty. Here I am driving an overgrown cardboard box. But at least we've got some tunes now. So our last stop is a bit out of the way. The local lumber yard
Let me think. Where was Bear Creek
called
again?
Bear Creek. The other thing too is some of the sounds are quite loud, but the vehicle noises in the game are whisper quiet.
Right, Bear Creek, near the old lumberyard.
You can barely hear this van. Let's not back into our good friend's muscle car, or his ute. Well, you guys in the United States call them pickups, don't you? We call them utes here in Australia for a utility vehicle.
There's a new face.
Yes, indeed. As of today, I'll be delivering the mail.
Great. I'm Robert. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, I'm Meredith. And here's your mail.
Thanks. I better open this right away. Oh, what the?
Sounds like our friend received some bills.
That doesn't sound good.
Crap. That's what it sounds like. Bull crap. Freshly baked bull crap.
He's a bit of a loner, this guy, and sometimes it's best to leave him with his problems. We can make friends with him as the game goes on.
Not good indeed. I'll be on my way. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye. And pardon my French.
So now we have delivered all of our packages. It's time to head on home. Now the game has, as I said, a couple of little issues, but they're very, very minor. And the game is a very relaxing and cozy experience. Driving around town, talking to people, delivering packages, and for some reason it makes the process of being a mailman an actual enjoyable, engaging experience, which it was crazy when you think about it. It's not exactly the most glamorous of occupations, but just the process of driving and exploring. You know, the only thing, if I could,
This is close to where I had my first kiss.
I could make an observation, would be to have some collectible items that you can find by driving around. It would be nice. Maybe some things that will build the lore or the story, but it's a very minor thing. The game is a bit on the short side, so I think adding some extra collectibles so you can drive around and have a bit of a look once you've completed the main game might add a little bit of longevity to the campaign. But yeah, it really is a very relaxing experience, and it's certainly for a game that of what it is, it's hard to find games with likable characters and interesting stories, and games that engage you to keep playing all the way through. I've got several visual novels. I've got several of these types of games I've played, and I've never played them to completion. But this one, it does encourage you to play through the entire campaign and learn more about each of the characters, because they're all so damn likable. Well, how's that for a parking job? Perfection.
Hello?
Hi, Meredith. It's Mom. How are you? How's the job?
I think we did pretty well today.
Hi, Mom. I'm doing great. It's so relaxing to be outside and drive around.
That's great to hear. Dad says it's strange not having to drive the truck anymore.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how good old Thomas is going now that he doesn't have his mail van and his route and his job. Some people, once they retire, can feel a bit lost. And yeah, Thomas he's a bit of a character. I liked him.
I can imagine that. How is Dad? Can he handle all this freedom?
Don't get me started. He went on 2 fishing boat trips already. And then there's the late night poker with his new buddies. Oh, I'm almost out of coins. I'm calling from a bar and Dad's ordering a margarita again. Talk soon.
Well, I guess in Thomas's case, he's not having trouble with retirement at all. He's already got some poker buddies, he's got some hunting buddies, some fishing buddies. In fact, he's the kind of dude that I could be friends with in real life. A real everyman. But we're gonna finish off the day by let's read a book.
The Countess and the Carpenter? Really, Mom? Oh, well, let's give it a read.
The Countess and the Carpenter. Chapter 1. A more disastrous entry to her new home was scarcely imaginable for Cecilia Schultenbrow. The left wheel of her carriage collapsed, right as she entered through the gates of the magnificent Raubenstaben estate. She tumbled upside down, hurt her head, and worse, her hat was ruined. Suddenly, she heard the deep, strong voice of a young man. "Are you all right, madam?"
So unfortunately, Meredith's mother's taste in books includes dime store romance novels, you know, the old Mills and Boon novels with the really, really cheesy covers. But on that note, we're going to end the episode. As I said before, this is not the game I would usually play. I'm not the target audience, but somehow this game has certainly it's piqued my interest, and that's very hard to do. I have many of these types of games I've started, I've gotten an hour or two in, and I've lost interest. But somehow I keep coming back to this. And if you would like to see a part 2, leave me a comment and a subscribe, and we may come back and do a follow-up episode and check out more of the campaign of Lake. So thank you to the developers, thanks to Whitehorn Games. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.